Hi, fifth grade families. Here is a quick video on how you can talk to your student about a book that they are reading, and I invite you to read the same book, kind of like a book club. And in the description, you will find a list of questions that you can ask with any book that your student is reading at home. We have been reading the book Wonder. So you are reading the book, and I'm reading the book along the same time as you. And I want to share my 3 ideas that I got from the book, and then I want you to share your 3 ideas. This just helps us keep track of what's happening in the book. So some of the things that I noticed in the first 3 chapters was that people stare at Augie because of how he looks and how his face looks, right? And then another thing that I noticed too is that Augie has been homeschooled all of his life, and he's going to be starting at a school named Beecher Prep because his parents want him to go to school. And Augie also says in the book that he feels ordinary, so he feels normal on the inside, but not everybody sees him that way. What did you write down for your 3 ideas that you wrote down while you were reading?
My first one was Augie was born with facial differences, and Augie has been educated at home for his whole life. The last one, Augie feels normal inside.
So we had some of the same ideas, things that stood out to us while we were reading those first 3 chapters. The second part to this activity is thinking of questions before you sit down and talk to your student, and put them in the position of one of the characters and ask them what they notice. So in this particular example, I would ask the student, how do his parents treat him at home? And what would you do if he was starting at your school tomorrow? And then you can go ahead and have a discussion, and this connects more to that social emotional piece, because in 5th grade, as you know, it is a big year around friendships and identity, and those questions can help open up other conversations. This activity is very beneficial because it pushes your students' thinking. And when you are in this activity, go ahead and push on details and ask them to give you the evidence that led them to that detail or that thought. And it's always beneficial as well to connect the reading to their own personal experiences and again open up that conversation. And then this way, if they're writing in their notebook and keeping notes, then they are able to keep track of how the character changes over time. And then again, keeping track of those major events, which at the end builds on their comprehension.